One of the questions I was most commonly asked is, why did God put the tree of good and evil in the garden, and why did God have to give such a command and provide the environment for Adam and Eve to be enticed by it? And everyone wants to know this answer, okay? Now just put it simply here. The Garden of Eden is designed to represent God's sovereignty and goodness. Now I make it simple for you. Sovereignty and goodness. And in His sovereignty is all goodness, right? This is what the whole Garden of Eden meant. And now we have to know, and its background is, we have to know that before man was created, evil already exists. And right, the angels has fallen. There is an inevitable challenge towards God's sovereignty and goodness now. Okay, like it or not, the challenge is there. The challenge of self-sovereignty. The devil, he wants it his way, the self-sovereignty and God's sovereignty. Okay? And so when the devil tempted Adam and Eve, it's the same thing. No, believe in yourself. Exalt yourself. Be like God. Like what I've chose, you choose for yourself. You see, that kind of thing. It's the same kind of spirit, you see. So this is the same challenge that still persists today. So with that background, for the sovereignty of God to be meaningful in the life of Adam and Eve, there must be submission towards the sovereignty of God in relative to their own sovereignty. You get what I'm trying to say? For the sovereignty of God, you are sovereign, How do I know really sovereign? For the sovereign, my sovereign to be really meaningful in your life, powerful in your life, it must be in relation to your own sovereignty. For the goodness of God to be manifest in the lives of Adam and Eve, there must be adoration and yielding to the goodness of God. What He says it is final. The good that He determined is final. That's it, you see? So there must be, instead of what I think is good, instead of what I think is good, so there must be a relative. What I choose, what I think is good, and your sovereignty, what you determine as good, what you created as most beautiful. Now, there must be a relative, a comparisons and all. So, having the tree of good and evil, and commanding Adam and Eve not to eat of it, is a representation of God's sovereignty and goodness above that sovereignty and goodness perceived by Adam and Eve. So by eating it, when Adam and Eve ate it, it means to say to God, I have my sovereign rights over your rights, your sovereignty over me. I believe, I trust the good that I see, that I feel, more than the good that you say it is, That is the thing. So they fall from the grace of God. They fall. So they reject that grace, they reject the lordship when they ate it, you see. That's what it meant.